softballs. Me and Mary Ann did. Then we got in the hot tub, and I sit there about an hour after the hot tub and went to go to bed, and I feel like somebody just beat the hell out of me.
Really?
I told her, I said, shit, I said, this is twice I've got. See, last time I got the flu shot and pneumonia shot, then I jumped in the car and drove 600 miles. I figured that, you know, you ain't.
Yeah, but you're home.
But last night I was sitting there, that's what I told her.
I've been here since 2006, and I never knew it was even there.
She said, man, you just feel like you're bothering. And I said,
That's
Did
just
you get sick today?
silted in over the years.
just like somebody beat the hell out of me. Beat the hell out of me. You know, that's what I told her, you know, because last time, see, we went to bed that night.
I don't know how to get rid of him.
Carrying on. I thought, oh, God, I got it. We're going to be in the home.
This is Zoom now.
The problem is, nobody knows about all these rules because nobody gets told that. The developer gets them and he goes away, and nobody else ever knows any of that shit.
I got sick because I get on her all the time. I said, I get sick.
We got 18 people waiting.
And here you are.
Just not
Yeah, well, that's where it all would have started, the development
And
order.
I just went full screen and it still gives you a split screen.
Right. Because
This is
and then as once you have been on them, they'll pop up in here as well.
But this is YouTube, this is not
You
Zoom.
got something.
I was hoping when I went to
Oh,
YouTube,
they
it
may
would go
all be
away.
on. No, they may all be streaming live on that Zoom.
21.
Because when you stream live, doesn't it save to your YouTube? And then people can go back and look at it? Okay.
Yes, because I was looking at YouTube yesterday, and what did I
If I
find?
had to take
Did
papers
you
up on
We're on in a minute.
yesterday morning? Yes, Jack? Did you send Angela home yesterday? Yeah, that's what I said.
You know, they've all lied.
Hey, we're on, Tom.
She said she tested, she was still positive.
Yeah,
live?
that's what-
Are we
and
go,
HR
are you
said
streaming or is everybody gonna be on Zoom?
asked that she was good to go, so-
Is that gonna stream to YouTube or is everybody gonna be on Zoom?
Period.
Yeah,
I had the guy.
I think it's,
attack.
It's gonna be, on- it's gonna be on
And she
YouTube.
said, well, I'm positive.
I didn't know they were here.
And I said, if you're
she
positive,
was
what are
supposed
you
to be
doing?
back today. She had already been 10 days, so I don't understand why she was testing positive unless she came in contact with it again.
The good news is you can see all the, that's YouTube right now.
I said, man, I don't know
You can
about
see
it.
all the people that are
I said, "Man,
watching.
he's in boxes since we got rid of the fifth wheel in June, so he called by and said they're working.
Can they see us?
We went in there.
Are we live?
You're live, but you're quiet. You're muted. They can't hear you.
Please do not do that.
They cannot,
A dog in there?
they cannot hear you because you're muted.
Why am I on
They're
there?
just watching, that doesn't mean
Yeah,
they're
but we
gonna say
just, we're
something.
we're almost there.
At them?
They got 15 seconds.
We gotta figure out how to do this.
Don't
Don't get to see them.
Collaborate with
I
yours.
said, I don't think you're gonna like the price.
I'll be up.
$275.
Said guy and see. That's
We got them all.
I gave you permission. Now everyone's gonna talk.
Yep.
What else? That's. we're all-
Ali, Dwight, Liz.
These
Mm-hmm.
are all,
What are we looking for?
I'll turn my phone off. I can hear my wife now.
Yeah.
We can't see this. We can't hear you.
Are you on?
We're live, but you're just not, you're just, are you gonna unmute them?
We're gonna start.
oh, you wanna start?
I don't think I can.
It's a case moment. Is that the meeting?
Yes.
Everybody talking.
Good morning and welcome to the January meeting of the Cypress Woods Board of Directors HOA. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Where's our dog?
Really? Really? Rich?
I don't care to see everybody.
Really?
Use your friggin' mic.
Roll call, Gary,
Here.
Judy,
Here.
Steve,
Here.
Dwayne. Dwayne's not here.
We're missing the
That's
best
it.
part of the show.
I don't think he signed in yet.
Sadly have to announce that the passing of Barb Burge. Barb was a longtime resident of Cypress Woods, served on the board and was very, very active here. And her daughter sent down a little message that she'd like read to the community. I'm going to ask Judy to read it, please.
Missy says, the damage to my mother's lungs was just too great, so we made the decision to remove her from life support last night. She went home to her love, Arthur, peacefully at 8:13. My heart is shattered. Please tell everyone that I appreciate the love and support, and I want to have some kind of memorial for her at Cypress Woods. I'm not sure when. I'll let everyone know when we make the arrangements.
We took her off life support.
Okay, so we had proof of notice of the meeting. All right, can we, are there any additions or corrections to the minutes from 11:3 or 11:22?
I make a motion, we accept the meeting minutes as written.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we've got a bunch of stuff to approve as far as some work done. The first one, I know this is going to make some tennis people happy. The approval of the proposal for the tennis court upgrade lights to LED for Young Electric for a total of $9,997.25.
Do we need a permit to do that?
Hello.
You
I
don't
don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah, he's on it.
I make a motion to accept Young's electrical proposal.
I'll second it.
Anything on the question? All in favor?
Why can't he find it?
Aye.
All right.
Tell her to come
Next,
over.
Come on.
we finally got the bids in for cleaning out the swale behind D that we had graded last
You
year.
gonna come over?
And also, this includes finishing that drainage ditch in B to try and get rid of some of that water too. So both of these, that's a total of $2,100 for those two items. That was from Yates.
The owners aren't muting their mics.
If owners are on the Zoom, please mute your microphones. Apparently, it's causing a lot of backfeed.
I have muted everybody.
Well, there's a lot of owners, I think, that are on because it went out of the Zoom link.
Everyone that's here, I've muted.
So we have
See the
motion to
top?
approve the Yates for
I can go on
$2,100.
and ask questions and everything, probably.
I make a motion to approve the Yates excavating.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's going to be a pain in the butt.
What?
Zoom link isn't working, can't get in.
She come on?
Yeah.
Tell me. Well, who's this guy now?
Dwayne. He said, okay, approval for the demolition and clearing of the maintenance area. Are we ready to vacate that area yet? We have a,
Yes, Chris and Alex have been moving everything to the back storage
I can't get it along.
container that we have back there.
okay,
And they're gonna get a couple things removed. We have a gentleman who's gonna take the one big shed.
As well as I can get, that's in
And the other
broadcast.
shed will be removed as well, and then as soon as that's done, then we'll get them out there. I'm sorry.
okay.
Mom,
Um,
come on in.
and that, see, that was on Yates bid also, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yates and Universal,
and Universal.
Well, Universal was
way high.
Yeah, they
way
were
high, yeah.
Because they're the only things we can't get them
Yates
out
is
of.
2,400.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question, does that include the buildings?
No, the
Went on a
buildings are gonna
different
be
way. He
removed.
went
The
on
buildings are
Zoom.
gonna be removed
That's
from,
down
by
in the video and
Alex,
I can't
and
explain
they're
it
going
all.
out and getting people to just come in and
If you
and
notice,
remove them for
everyone
them,
is
for
on
free.
live right there, including
Just
me.
the asphalt and then recreate the swale, right?
Correct, correct.
I guess once we do that and get that cleaned up, we can take
Oh, you
that
can
one
get another-
section of
grab
fence.
another chair and bring it over.
Bob Green and I put that up years ago along the side. It's the one that's not painted. Probably could open that up
They
and
went
just
on
make
a-
it open area in
On
there.
this part,
Yeah,
correct.
it's on the side, yeah.
Correct, because you're gonna have to turn that into, you're gonna have to add some plants. and
Yes.
yeah,
One different
It'll
way
be-
that
just
looks
become
live. You
common
see,
area
I'm on
again.
it right here.
correct.
All right, so can we
You
add
can
that
take
to
off
the
your
motion?
camera so they can see.
Motion to do that?
Okay, I'll
See,
make a
all these
motion
people
to,
aren't running.
accept
Yeah,
Yates
right now.
excavating for the maintenance area, 2,400.
So they can see you. I
All
mean,
in
you can
favor?
talk to them if you want to go down here and
Aye.
look at what.
Opposed?
Who's second?
Thought we were supposed to second this.
From
Yes.
Mike Ryan to
Second that.
everyone.
I'll second it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Gary seconded it.
Harry Snyder is not yet
All right,
muted.
the oak, that's on hold because that is not
Yes.
supposed to be come down. It was just supposed to be trimmed, and that's part of Newell's contract to do some of the trimming.
So that's tabled.
Next item, approval of the mulch. We approved the mulch at the last meeting, so we're just going to notify Newell to make sure he puts the mulch down. And the other part is the addition of the annuals. We used to get this twice a year, new plants at the entrance and also the entranceway to the town center. So his proposal was annuals and perennials for $686.
I make a motion to approve Newell's proposal for the flowers at the Town Center, Welcome Center.
Second.
Anything on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item, there were a few asphalt repairs that were missed in the original, when he originally bid it. It's along Knightwood Drive and at the Town Center entrance, and that's another $3,125. But it's pretty bad shape.
Yeah, it is bad.
I make a motion, we accept Acme's bid for $3,125.
Okay. Second? Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, this next item, this was picked up in the reserve study 2017 or 18, as far as the flat roof sections on the town center and the welcome center. And the insurance company in the last couple of years has threatened not to renew our insurance on the buildings if we didn't get these roofs taken care of. This is an item that's been lingering around and should be taken care of. It's pretty significant numbers we're looking at here.
It's $39,920.93.
Right, the town center roof is $20,351.48, and the welcome center roof is $19,569.45. So, but it's not something we can just let go. We're going to be in pretty bad shape. This will come out of the reserve fund.
Pat, just for clarification, that's just the flat portions of the roof,
Just the flat portion.
not the whole roof.
I'd like to make a motion to accept Crowther's bid for the membranes on the roof.
A second.
Anything on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the sign proposal is on hold. We've got some issues to straighten out with that. Approval of water pressure issues identified in C43 and 44. I talked to Stan Snyder, he's in the RV, and he said he has no water pressure problem. He thinks it might be the house, but the line, I think, feeds both properties?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that was, I lost that bid.
$37.50.
$37.50.
All right, 3750. That Universal Underground, Tomic never bid. We've been after him since the...
No, he said he was too busy and he just could never get us a bid.
Okay, well, 3750 to get rid of one more water problem.
I do want to add, I contacted 2 other companies and they were just way too busy to even
I know,
attempt to
I know,
address it.
it's murder trying to get anybody. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion to accept Universal Underground's proposal for $37.50.
I'll second it.
Anything on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that takes care of the expenditures. We got a couple other things. Just want to go over a few things. Some of the stuff that we have approved in the past few months. In the end of November, our reserve fund had $167,317 in it. We've approved the town center chairs, 230 chairs, to get them replaced. And that is, that was for $14,408.50. New carpeting in here is $31,370. The town center and welcome center roof we just talked about for $20,000 and $19,000 respectively.
Hello.
Tennis court lights for another $10,000. And the
Yeah, the bill.
renovation to the pool for $26,000 and the deck for $34,000. So we spent or obligated out of that $155,771.68. So our balance is down about $11,000 right now. So we're going to have to work on building the reserve up, which we have funded in the budget. But we're getting a lot of things caught up here that need to get caught up on. Jim Roop asked me to read something. He said, "I'm before you to represent all the members of the ARC team. We're concerned about the policy of better to ask forgiveness than permission that the members of our board display. The community sees this as action and considers that if our leaders don't jump through the hoops, why should they? ARC rules and regulations are in place to benefit our community and to keep a record of events. We ask that all board members follow the process and support our committee and reorganize the fine committee per 720. Well, I can tell you, Jim, we don't condone better to ask forgiveness than permission. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. If somebody asks us, I think we tell them you follow the rules. I know people do stuff, put it up, jump the line, don't follow the regulations, but that is not something that the board is either condoned or backs. So you have our support. I'm pretty sure everybody on the board agrees with that. Let's see.
Just do it the right way.
I don't have, does anybody have anything else?
Do we know?
Oh, wait, yes, I'm
Do
sorry.
we had received a proposal, it's an ongoing inspection and service agreement from Crowther. Do we want to consider that? It's $2,100 a year.
Should be good enough.
What that does is it puts you in priority also, just so you know. So if there is a hurricane that comes through, they come and address you, you go on their priority list. So
Okay.
that's one added thing for that.
I think we definitely should consider it. I mean, the
I
fact
think,
that they're going to do an inspection and they'll do minor repairs when they inspect twice a year inspection and do minor repairs as part of the contract. And then if they see something, we don't
Right.
right.
end up with a major
And we have
repair.
a quote on there if there's something really major, but we also get the written reports, which would definitely help with the insurance.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think we definitely should, I forgot all about that, sorry.
Yeah.
That's more of a proactive
Yeah.
approach.
Yeah, I think, I would really like to make a motion to accept Crowther's bid for the $2,100 a year. It's a 3-year contract.
Right.
I'll second it.
Anything on the question? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Anybody else have anything?
No.
I know there was some questions that came up about the B fence. We've got some bids on that. Just give me a second to pull that.
40-some thousand.
$40-some thousand for the fence in B. Gary and I rode that entire fence line. The $42,000 does not include clearing the vegetation on 2 feet of either side of the fence so they can build it, which there's some areas is pretty well overgrown with trees and brush. So I imagine that's going to be pretty extensive. But let's start to say, we rode the entire fence line starting up at D and then all the way down to B. And with the exception of a couple boards that are broken, the fence is really not in that bad a shape. And if this was to be undertaken, I think you're looking at a special assessment. So I would suggest that anybody that's interested, take a look at that fence and see what they think.
And that entire fence was repainted last year by volunteers from the park here, and I don't really see anything wrong with it. It looks fine to me. There's one portion that's leaning a little bit, but nothing serious.
Also, they had a bid for the storage area fence too. That was, what was that number? That number was 40,000. And that fence is in bad shape. Anything else coming in on the line?
Nobody's got any questions?
No other,
You weren't coming back?
nothing.
We're not going to do anything with either fence right now. Is that correct? I mean,
We don't
we don't have any money.
We don't have the money for it if we, I mean,
Well, the only section we had down was that one little section behind our lot that one time. It's fixed, you know, we put it back up.
well, up behind D where the trees are really thick,
Yeah.
the trees are starting to push the fence back a little bit, but there's trees on both sides of it. The
Yeah.
fence is intact, but it's kind of leaning. Down, as you get down into B, it's, I mean, the fence is a lot more visible. And I think, what do we count? 3 or 4 boards had a broken top or something, a
Yeah.
branch down on them?
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
People on the other
Nothing that
side
Chris
clean
couldn't
their fence-
repair.
I was gonna say, we
Yeah.
can have Chris do that, yeah.
Yeah.
hold on, we got something.
Clean their vegetation out and be all right.
I noticed with the acquisition of a new maintenance person to help Chris, a lot of things are getting done.
Okay, question come in, how can the owners ask question now? How about do this? If you have a question, text it right to my phone, 215-901-0521. That's 215-901-0521, and then we'll take the questions as they come in.
And here's somebody who says, I can't get on Zoom, says it's waiting for the host. But you're not doing, are you doing Zoom? Is it a
They're
Zoom?
all
Okay.
on
Yes,
Zoom.
and,
Look behind.
and we're admitting as we see him
As
come
we see
in.
him come
This
up,
is
we're admitting-
Bill on B52. He said he can't get on.
Well, he should be able to now. Go ahead and try. Admit.
I'll text him back.
Dwayne said he got the Zoom, but everybody in the resort was logged in. What happened?
We sent the wrong thing.
Well, it's too late
Yeah.
for that.
Well, guess what? We learned the hard way.
So I
Well,
don't
the
see any
Zoom
questions
one
yet.
that is what we opened is what everybody else got, so if no
Give it
one
a
else
few
got
minutes.
then we're not doing something right.
For the question.
Maybe you want to address the engineer.
Oh, here comes it. What's the status on the
I
pools?
just saw that, Chad. By the 15th, the Welcome Center should be open. The pool, they've got to come in and make, the spa had some rough spots in it, so they're going to come with an underwater sander. He promised me, if not this week, the first part of next week, so hopefully I'm looking at a 15th date for that one.
Okay,
And pool troopers, they're going to try to get out Monday to fix those heaters.
Heaters?
Correct.
Okay.
Are those heaters under warranty?
They are.
Okay.
Yes.
That's probably why nobody's coming around.
Yeah.
You're talking about yeah, okay, and we got a reminder last night from Southwest Florida Water Management. We had gotten a letter, well, it actually went to a bunch of previous board members. We got a bunch of issues in the park as far as impervious coverage. We had turned it over to Pinnacle Engineering, but I didn't hear anything back from them from December 7th until last night. So Joyce has an engineering firm that she has used in the past. So I think we ought to probably get them on board. And I'm going to contact this guy from Southwest Florida Water Management today. I have his phone number. So I'm going to call him and let him know that
Okay.
we're not ignoring him so we don't get any more trouble.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
All right, I got one from Jim Roop. All right, the water management I just did, Jim. We're working on that. We're taking another engineer, and I'm going to call the guy from Southwest Florida Water Management today and let him know that we're not ignoring him, and see what we can do to resolve this as quickly and painlessly as possible.
Pat, I have another question. It says, what does the court light bid include? Were there other bids?
The court light, that was,
That was Young's.
yeah, Young's.
Electric.
That was all new fixtures, wiring, let's see.
It was to convert 8 tennis court lights to LED using existing bullhorn mounts, install fuse holders and fuses in line of pole for protection of light fixtures, and rewire from the base of the pole if it's needed.
Oh, these cameras.
Yeah, so actually, the only thing that's going to be staying there is the poles. Everything else will be new. I hope this thing is,
What is,
this recording, Tom, going out it'll go out on YouTube too? Okay. All right.
Do you have another question, Joyce?
we do. It says, what is the reason for the Welcome Center pool opening delay? There were additional repairs that need to be done to the floor of the spa.
Right, the floor was not acceptable in the condition that they
Correct.
left it in. That's what held it up. Plus, it took him forever to do it anyhow.
It did, yeah.
As it's taken everybody all year. It's just been grueling.
Joyce, please read my previous question. That's Deb, yeah, roll it up a little, here, let me take control. Okay, well, we'll start on the first one. Is there an ongoing,
Microphone.
is there an ongoing maintenance plan for the swells?
Yes, Yates is going to be doing that every year automatically.
And
I mean, they are not going to be mowed like a lawn, but the vegetation that would restrict flow. I mean, if there's grass and stuff growing in there and weeds, the water will still flow, just like it does anywhere else, but they're just not going to let it get back to the condition it was before.
what was the cost of the mulch?
Bid.
4,000.
4705.
4705.
4705. How,
86 for the flower.
I think all the buildings.
and then also, how are we prioritizing the water pressure lots?
How are we doing what?
How are we prioritizing the water pressure lots?
As they come in, we're addressing them as they come in. I mean,
Is Dwayne on?
No.
Not on? So we get no update from me?
Is the swale maintenance every 12 or 6 months? I believe he's going to provide every 6 months. But I'm-
yeah, I think that's what he figured,
That's
about
what
every
his-
6 months they would come in and
That's-
just
yes.
grind it down.
Why are the fences not part of the reserves?
What's that?
Why are the fences not part of the reserves?
The fences would be part of the reserves, but if there's no money in the reserves left that we haven't committed, then that's the issue. The fences would be part of the reserve.
We have a bunch of money.
I don't know how to present
I got one
this.
here.
Okay, go ahead.
Are the tennis courts lights being selected to reduce light pollution?
What?
I think they're being selected to give better lighting and lower energy cost. I don't know
What?
about the light pollution, but I don't imagine it's going to
We need
change.
an engineering study to figure
There's no
that out.
way on people to make
It says LED, so.
They're LEDs, yeah. It was to reduce the cost and to get a better light.
Yeah, it should be better lighting with LEDs.
Said they're not sure if this is in our bylaws, but has the HOA board considered how they are going to handle property owners that may want to market their property through VRBO or Airbnb, especially homeowners?
The what?
I want to know if they can rent it through Airbnb.
No.
Houses.
The board doesn't handle any rentals, so it'd be
Yeah.
up to the owner.
It's the owners.
Right, but basically what they're asking is, are you the bylaws allow for that?
I don't think they address
The
it.
bylaws don't address it at all.
Your bylaws are silent.
Do your bylaws address rental frequency, like nothing less than 30 days?
No,
No,
No.
no.
the rentals are, entirely up to the owner.
Other than check in.
Yeah, which I just modified the
Oh, the form?
form, yeah, put on there what the procedure is when they get here.
Okay.
Deb suggested that.
I guess they were told that there was a list with the water pressure issues from worse to not as prioritized or priority. And I know I did see something that David had.
Yeah, David, I think
And I
David
have
had some
that
kind of a
list.
list. I'm not sure
I have that list, so.
how that
we'll
list
start
was or
working.
what the breakdown was or how, I think it was just a number of people that had issues with water at some time or another.
The list, I have a copy of it too. The list identified the lot number and it identified the fill rate of, I think, a 5-gallon bucket of water, how long it took. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it had that. I remember seeing, he did have that.
It did, didn't it?
Yes, he did, yeah.
What's
Had raised-
happening with C45 and 46? Don't they have water pressure issues?
Those are the ones
That were
that you just approved,
Okay.
correct?
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the rates and the flows, whatever they were doing at that time.
Apparently, it's
This was
just the
on
house
out.
that has it, because Stan Snyder is on the lot. He stopped at my place this morning and said his only issue is he wants the fire hydrant moved. It's in the middle of his lot.
Okay.
Must be a lot of dogs stopping by on that one.
I don't know.
Okay. Will the trees at B fence be trimmed back?
The trees in where?
At B fence, I think it's like right at B31, where there's like trees that are.
Well, if we replace the fence, we have to clear cut 2 feet on each side of the fence. I know right now, there's no plan on doing any tree trimming back there unless there's something that's, dying or,
Would that be part of Newell's contract as far as tree trimming goes?
he trims the hardwoods.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think they're in the visible areas, aren't they?
Yeah. Here's his contract.
Yeah, native area tree trimming, large trees and natural growth are trimmed to enhance their health as needed, 1 time per year. Hardwood trimming in November with leaf removal following a trimming, including fire pit between A and C and between B and D, front entrance and Sunnywood Island, up to 12 feet.
Yes.
That's what's in his contract. I mean, certainly if there's stuff back there that needs to be trimmed, bring it to our attention and we'll get it taken care
I
of.
have already brought it to his attention. so
Pardon?
I have brought it to Newell's attention.
Okay, okay.
Response to the fence, they should be part of the reserves, but they apparently were not included in the reserve. Money would have been allotted. I have that you're on pooled, so there's no specific line item for.
Correct.
The money just goes into a bucket and then is used on various reserve items.
Correct.
Right, right.
Other than we have a separate reserve for the roads.
I don't understand what this is. Okay, well, I'm going to read it. It says, why, for the water pressure, why is the HOA involved in any cost past the street connection? Seems like a lot owner issues after the street connection.
It's the street connection where the problem is. It's where it comes off the main is where the saddles are corroded shut because they used galvanized in a lot of places. It'd be great not to be.
What is the plan for COVID management and control in Cypress Woods?
Doing what we're doing, we're trying to keep as much, I mean, we certainly don't want to restrict what people are doing, but everybody has to use their own common sense. Right now, I think Diane's canceling Monday morning coffee. She's doing one thing at a time. Hopefully, with people coming back, maybe we got a little spike, and then after that spike passes, it'll die down. If it doesn't, well, then we're going to have to take other measures. But, I mean, if you could predict what's going to happen, you could make a plan, but you really can't.
Okay. Respectfully ask for improved quality and frequency of open electronic communications to all owners. It's more of a statement, I think, than.
Improve quality for electronic communication?
In other words, our YouTube and what have you.
Well, I don't. What's the only things out there is Zoom and YouTube. Go to meeting. I guess you could get that.
Well, I have an account for GoTo.
Yeah, that's a subscription plan. I don't know if you have a suggestion. Let us know.
More frequency of board newsletters.
Well, I sent them out once a month. I haven't sent this one out this month, but just sent one out before when I was home.
This could go on all day.
So I have nothing anymore, so.
Okay.
What's
If you
that?
wanna,
She has nothing.
Okay.
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Oh,
I am on that low water pressure list, and just like Pat said, the problem is they've already rotted that valve out 3 times. And now that Peter, my neighbors, is in, we're not gonna have any, I can take my thumb and hold it over that and just shut the water off. And when they start using water, it's gonna be a trickle.
Well, Jack, they did all those studies back there, the engineering company and everything to satisfy the county. That's why we had to replace the backflow stuff to make sure that there would be adequate water flow.
I agree with that, Pat. What I'm saying is, my saddle's already clogged up again. That's what my problem is. I know it is.
Oh, your saddle's closed up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what, it's for something in the main, maybe, I don't know, maybe when they put those mains in, they didn't clean them out, or stuff coming through there, because,
It's a stupid cast, or a galvanized valve.
Yeah, it's gotta be replaced.
tap, that's one of the original taps.
It's gotta be replaced.
Well, the galvanized is gonna close up. I mean, that's gonna, it gets crust in there and it'll close up. A 3/4 inch galvanized will go down to almost nothing over the years. And
That's pretty much where we're at.
like Jeff and Sherry, they blew theirs backwards somehow, hooked up to it and blew back in the line and cleared theirs. And I know, before I bought my lot, I was renting next to it, and Roy Miller was digging up the saddle on the lot that I bought, and he was replacing that because it was closed off at the
That's
time.
what needs to be done
Yeah.
with mine and a few more up to A. A seems to be the worst. It's one of
Section.
the first runs.
Yeah. Well, and that's what we've been doing, is little by little, as they come up, is digging it up. Unfortunately, the worst thing about it is the lines are not where they're supposed to be. So the one we dug up by your place, we ended up having to dig, what, 8-foot-long trench before they finally find it. Never did find the saddle and had to run a new one.
Because they know where mine's at. Mine's marked very well.
Yeah, but a lot of the other ones aren't. And then it's just, the as-built are not as-built.
Now, you talk about Atomic, they won't give you a bid. I did talk to him the last time he was out there. He said, I'm not gonna dig him out anymore. He said he can't get help, all his help with druggies and everything else. He said, I can't depend on him.
All right,
He
that's,
said, if you get somebody to dig it out, I can tap it.
Well, the problem is, Jack, is that he said that, but he still won't provide us with anything with Alex and Chris digging. He won't send me anything.
He said, because he's got a guy working right over here.
well,
Jack, I'd suggest you interface with Joyce. I mean, she's aware now that you got a problem, and it's, we got to do something about it, but you should interface with her and get it resolved.
Yeah, I think that the board probably, over the next year or so, should start to put that into the budget and start addressing those issues. I was not aware of exactly what that list was until just recently, as I start to get to understand the
Right.
problems.
Motion on the floor.
okay.
I second the motion to end this meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.